Alright, here we go. Ranking the top duos in the NBA. So, just so you guys know, I don't know why, but for D'Angelo Russell, the Timberwolves, they got this 3-day contract player Beasley on here instead of Cat. So let's just pretend that that's Cat on there. And there's also 2 Steph Currys. There's also 2 Warriors duos. So I guess we'll just rank them both. I don't know. But obviously all these duos are going to be pretty good. So if I put a duo in D tier, it doesn't actually mean they're a bad duo. It's just that's what they are compared to the other duos. So yeah, let's get started. We got Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon on the Pacers. So they've actually been a little bit disappointing. You know, they're the 9th seed right now in the East, which isn't superb, you know, because they are in the East. But with that being said, you know, Malcolm Brogdon, he's a very efficient point guard. Obviously, Sabonis is one of the best big men in the league. And yeah, we're going to go with B tier for now. Obviously, I might change a few things up later, but for now, Brogdon and Sabonis are B tier. Next, we have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, playoff P. I'm not going to lie, they're probably going to be in the S tier, you know, 2 potential top 10 players. Kawhi's definitely top 10. Paul George, this year some people think he's top 10. I think he might just be outside of the top 10. But yeah, I got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard at S tier. This one, the next one's kind of tough. We have John Wall and Christian Wood. This one's a little bit rough because obviously Christian Wood's been out for a while. And you know, the Rockets are on a 455 game losing streak right now. They're not really too bad. For now, we'll put them at D tier. You know, we might change stuff at the end. But that doesn't, you know, I still think they're a pretty decent duo. But yeah, D for decent, you know, so that's what we're going to go with. Curry and Wiggins. Okay. This one's kind of tough because obviously I want to put like Curry like way up there. But Curry and Wiggins, they're going C tier. Like the Warriors aren't even in the top 8, I don't think anymore. You know, obviously Curry is an S tier player, but I'd definitely rather them two over John Wall and Christian Wood. Drummond and Colin Sexton. This one is also pretty tough because, you know, Drummond hasn't played in like a few weeks, you know, so I'm going to have to put them in D tier as well. I'm going to have to put Drummond and Colin Sexton in D tier. I think Colin Sexton's not a D tier player at all. I think Colin Sexton's actually really good. But they haven't actually been playing. So I'm going to have to go with D tier, you know, because I did that same thing with John Wall and Christian Wood. You know, the Christian Wood missed a lot of games and I put him in D tier because of that. So I'm going to have to give Andre Drummond that same treatment. But with that being said, Drummond, I think it's time for you to head over to the Lakers. I think it is. Jokic and Jamal Murray. This is a very, very good duo. I can't sit here and lie. This is a very good duo. And with that being said, they're going straight to A. Embiid and Simmons. Ooh, they are the top tier in the East right now. Are they an S? I think they are. I think Simmons and Embiid, they're probably an S tier now. You know, Embiid obviously was front running for MVP. I think LeBron should have won, but you know, Embiid was probably going to get MVP. Simmons is up there for Defensive Player of the Year. Simmons can do everything perfectly but shoot. So I think they're definitely an S tier duo. And at the next one we have Beal and Westbrook. Beal and Westbrook, probably one of the best backcourts in the league. I'm going to go with A tier. I think Beal and Westbrook, they have probably the worst roster in the league other than those 2 players. Like the Wizards, I've watched a few of their games and every single player is a 3-day contract player. You know, they're all going to be playing overseas within a year. And yeah, I'm just not really feeling the Wizards team, but Beal and Westbrook, when they both play at the same time, they actually play pretty well together. And they seem to have pretty good chemistry together. It's just the Wizards roster is kind of ass. Alright, Siakam and Fred VanVleet. I don't think they're as good as Brogdon and Sabonis. So I'm going to go C tier. You know, Siakam, he's a good player. VanVleet's a good player too. But for now, I'm going C tier. And they're definitely, they're B tier debatable. That's what I'm going to go with. D'Angelo Russell. And this, we're not doing Beasley, remember, we're doing Karl Anthony Towns. I want to go D tier. Just because they haven't really played together. And also, you know, like D'Angelo Russell and Cat barely played together, and also the Timberwolves have been the worst team in the league for like the last 6 decades. So we're going to go with that. Now, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I rate these two. I think the Celtics' future is extremely bright. They just need to get a good center and maybe another playmaker. You know, I don't know. Kemba's alright, but I don't know how long they should stick with that. But, you know, both of them can score anytime they want. Jaylen Brown is a very good defender. I'm not sure how good of a defender Tatum is, but I know Jaylen Brown is an extremely good defender. So, yeah, I'm going to go A tier for the Celtics. And then, coming in next, we have Curry and Draymond Green. They're going B tier. Actually, if it was Curry and Klay, that would be probably S tier. I feel like maybe they should be A. They're a very good duo, but this is actually really tough. I'm going A tier. Curry and Draymond. I still think they're very good. They just work extremely well together. Obviously, Draymond's a very good defender, and it is duos at the end of the day. So you know, Curry and Draymond have very good chemistry. Like, you just see them when they play together. They're always on the same page. Draymond is very good at getting Curry open. Curry's very good at using Draymond's screens and passes and stuff. They just play extremely well together, so that's why I'm going with the A tier for them. Jimmy Butler and Bam. This one's kind of tough. They're kind of similar, I guess. I'm gonna go A tier. I can't really put them above a lot of these guys in A tier, but I don't really. I was thinking S tier for a moment, but I'm gonna go A tier. You know, Jimmy Butler, he's probably like a top 10 player in the league right now, and then Bam is a very good defender. He's just a good center. And now we have Lillard and McCollum. I think they're A. They're probably one of the best backcourts in the league. You know, Damien Lillard and McCollum always hold this Blazers team together, always leading them to the playoffs. So I think A tier. I think that's fair enough if you ask me. And now Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert also going an A. You know, they're like the best team in the West right now. Even so, like, every single team in the West is injured. But I think they're a pretty good duo. Pretty elite duo. You know, Rudy Gobert's probably going to win his third defensive player of the year or his second defensive player of the year. Donovan Mitchell, I think, is a very good shooting guard / point guard. And obviously, because they're first in the West, I feel like they should get a pretty high ranking. The Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, I'm going B tier. You know, the Pelicans have been a little bit disappointing this year because they actually have like a pretty good roster, but they're like the 11th seed. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on in New Orleans, but it's not really working out. And S tier for LeBron and AD, I think they're the best duo in the league. That's all I got to say about them. It's just LeBron and AD, so yeah, they're S tier. Okay, Lakers are going back to back. You heard it here first. They're going back to back. All right, they're going back to back. That's all I got to say. Lamelo and Hayward. I'm gonna go C tier. Lamelo, he just got injured. Hayward's been a decent, but I think Lamelo's been extremely good. I think Lamelo, after like next year or something, like a couple years time, they could definitely work their way up. I don't know how long. I mean, I guess Hayward's going to be around for a while because they signed a pretty big contract. But for now, I'm gonna go C tier. But as Lamelo develops, I can see that definitely moving up. J.A. Morant and Valanciunas. Also, gonna have to go C tier. J.A. Morant, you know, they're like the 9th seed. They're probably gonna make the play-in tournament. So I'm gonna go C tier for them. DeRozan, he's been extremely good. DeJounte Murray, they're like the 8th seed right now. And I'm gonna put them in C tier as well. I think they're a pretty solid duo. And yeah, the Spurs probably will make the play-in tournament. Alright, we got De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. Where are the Kings at? 13th seed. They're very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. They're going in C tier as well. You know, Fox is a pretty good point guard. Hield is a pretty decent shooting guard, so I'm just going to put them in the decent category at C. Randall and Mitchell Robinson. Is Mitchell Robinson still been injured? I haven't really watched a Knicks game since like 1950s. I know that they're doing pretty well though, and because of that, they're also going to be going in the C tier. You know, if it was Randall, and maybe if they got like a really good, if they had a pretty solid other player, like a playmaking type player, I'd put them up. But you know, they're two big men, so I think C tier is pretty fair for that. A Campo and Middleton. Obviously, a Campo is a S tier player. Middleton, I'm gonna go. They're pretty good though. Like the Bucks always do good each year. They could probably be S tier. They could be S tier, I guess, but you know we're gonna put them in A tier for now. Blake Griffin and Jeremy Grant. This one is not even really a duo anymore. And plus, Blake Griffin was kind of ass. Jeremy Grant's good though. He averages like 20 points, but it wasn't really a good duo though. So I'm going to put them in D tier. CP3 and Devin Booker, that is 100% A tier. Very, very good duo. The Phoenix Suns doing extremely well. The reason I'm not putting them in S tier is because I feel like Westbrook and Beal are kind of like on that same level. And, you know, even CJ McCollum and Dame are kind of like up there. So I'm going to do, they can stay in A tier for now. The Orlando Magic, Evan Fournier and Vucevic. This one's kind of tough. I mean, Vucevic is definitely not a D tier player, but this one's rough. The Magic are terrible this year. They're like the second last team in the East. So I'm going D tier. The Magic just aren't very good this year. Vucevic's very, very good though, but you know, it's just not really a great duo. Irving and KD, they're S tier. Probably add James Harden there too, but obviously it's hard to choose between which one's the actual duo between the big three there. Luka and Porzingis, they are, I'm gonna go B tier. I think Luka is like a A to S tier type player, but Porzingis, he's pretty good too. I mean, they're probably an A tier to be honest. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go A tier. Yeah, Luka's extremely good. You know, the Mavericks are starting to heat up a little bit. They're like the 7th seed now. Levine and Markkanen, I never can pronounce this guy's name right. He's going in B. Pretty, like, Levine's obviously extremely good. Markkanen's pretty average, but I think B tier is pretty fair for that. And then the last team, the Atlanta Hawks, going straight into the B tier. Trae Young and John Collins. John Collins can space the floor. Trae Young's obviously Trae Young. But yeah, I think this is a pretty decent list, if I say so myself. Curry and Draymond potentially could move down. I don't really know, but they just work so well together. And at the end of the day, this is duos and like how good they play together and all that type of stuff, how the team goes. So yeah, this is my top duos in the NBA. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. If you guys disagree with anything, I'm sure there's probably will be a lot of people that disagree with stuff because everyone has different opinions. But this is just my opinion. Just remember that. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, and I'm out.